Oh,
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of our online webinar. We have four photographers waiting for us to go through their pictures. They'll share their experience of each photographs.
and each of them are amazing, and it's every image got a story, and every photographers are awesome, and some quality, it's superb quality images. So,
Yeah.
and the good
Mm.
part is we are getting people from across the world, and it's such a great opportunity to connect with people who are passionate about nature.
Surprisingly, we got a lot of emails from a lot of people, and the selection was a bit tough. So we somehow selected like randomly four for now, and the rest will be doing
Continuing
it
with
in
the
future upcoming webinars,
yes.
especially for this photo review session.
Yeah. So our plan is, as we mentioned before, our plan is to do one or two sessions of photo review once in every month. So in case if your images are not in this list, not to worry. Please send it across. We will get in touch with you. So Hermi,
Yeah.
let's begin with the
Let's begin with the intro.
Paws Trails is a collective collaboration of a group of dedicated nature lovers to bring humans closer to nature through the medium of photography and art. We have started this organization 6 years ago with our wildlife photography workshops to different locations, and then three other verticals added: the magazine, events, and education. And webinars are our latest addition to this.
We have done 33 online magazines, one international wildlife festival that was held in Dubai, 60 plus international workshops and lectures, 23 photography exhibitions, and recently we have started with the virtual exhibition. We have a collective social media followers of 1.5 million plus. We have planted 40,000 plus saplings across the world. We have more than 200 international contributors who support us with their images, their articles, videos. We have also published two coffee table books. The first one is the Big Cat Trails that showcased 101 images of the big cats from all over the world. And the second one is based on the species of Arabian Peninsula, which is called the Arabian Trails.
So that was our journey so far, and we really appreciate all your support. Now let's begin with our first online photo review. So we have four participants, as we mentioned, and we are going on a alphabetical order. Let's start with Arpit.
Introducing Arpit Shankar.
Hi, Arpit.
Hello. Hello,
Hello.
Nisha. Hi, Hermes.
Hi. How are you?
I'm all well.
Good.
So
How is the photography during COVID days going?
It's mostly backyard photography only due to lockdown. But
Okay.
we quite a few days we managed to go to nearby ponds and all. Not far from city, but within the city range.
Okay.
can you give us a small introduction about
Yes,
your journey, please?
sure. I'm Arpit Puranic, and I do photography and the name I go by the name Arpit Shankar there, and I'm basically from Ujjain, Madhya Pradesh, which is the city of Mahakaleshwara. So I started photography, wildlife photography, 3 4 years back, and my keen interest is in bird photography.
That's amazing.
So so mostly it is nearby ponds and all. So we go nearby. We have 3 4 ponds nearby in Ujjain city, even in
Mhm.
Indore, which is
Okay.
50 kilometers from there.
Um,
So mostly, a group of people gathered, and I explored many other areas as well. So due to my job, I get to visit many places in Madhya Pradesh. So I've
Great.
mostly covered Panna Tiger Reserve, Kana, and all those places. So
Okay.
mostly my bird photography is from my city only, Ujjain.
Wonderful. So we have a
Yeah, we have selected 5 images of Arpit just to go through.
yeah.
Arpit, I don't know. I forgot to ask you about the settings of these images.
Yeah, I have those.
I know it's taken in Nikon D5200 and 200-500 lens,
Yeah.
right?
It was yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Miss, it was 500 focal length,
yeah.
1/800 this exposure time,
Okay,
and f-stop is 5.6 for this.
yeah.
And I mostly go by aperture priority, so this must be also aperture priority.
Okay, perfect. And
Mm.
yeah, it's a beautiful image. One thing I have noticed is the composition of that image, which you could have made it a little more better. For example, I have, because in the foreground you have seen that rocks, right?
Yeah,
It's sitting on a rock, and the
yeah,
rock is actually dominating that picture.
correct.
So, and the rock is not that sharp as well.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
it's not that pleasing for the eye. So I just cropped it just to give an idea. So if I would have given a chance, I would have composed it like this,
Okay,
so that the prominence
nice.
goes to the kingfisher.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
just a suggestion.
Yeah, I liked it actually. The
Yeah.
second one.
Yeah.
In my case, I think even if you go to the previous image, Hermi, yeah, even if you're not going to crop it that tight, definitely you will cut down a little more portion from the bottom and give
Mhm.
more space to
Okay.
the top.
Yeah. Hmm.
So
Hmm.
you can go closer as well as you can zoom out and you can keep that. It's a beautiful frame if you are going
Thank you.
to keep it slightly on the lower.
Yeah, correct. Got it. Yes.
And this one.
This is Shikra bird from Bhopal, I suppose.
Okay.
This is from Bhopal. So
Hmm.
this is also aperture priority,
Okay.
1/800, same settings, mostly same settings. 500 zoom
Yeah.
Okay.
on Nikon 200-500.
Again, I think the composition, right, Hermi?
Yeah, the composition, and there is a small branch that is coming from on the left side of the screen.
Yes, correct.
You can
Correct.
see that, which might be a disturbance for the eyes. So
Mm-hmm.
I also cropped this image like this.
Yes, it
Slight
looks good.
changes. See, it's a beautiful image. It's all about slight adjustment here and there. Then
Yeah,
you get a better feel.
correct.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So if you are keeping a frame again, where the subject is looking, if you can give more space towards that rather than keeping it in the center, it's always slightly more visually more better.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to ask that only.
Yeah.
Is it good? Is it good to have a bird or whatever your subject is in the exact center of the frame?
It depends. It depends on the situations. If it is looking straight at you and if it is a vertical frame or a horizontal frame, in those kind of situations, yes, the center look okay. But I always prefer to keep it on the side in most of the frames. Especially if the subject is looking towards one direction, then it's always better to keep it on the side rather than center. But
Correct. Exact. Correct. I think exactly that I also feel, and I'm actually obsessed with the rule of thirds. I actually always try to compose in that only. Is it good, bad? I don't know.
It is good, but again depends on like it again. You can break the rule always.
That's the
If
fun.
you feel some picture is good like this, you can always compose your whatever way you want it to be.
Yes,
See, when we are sharing it with for a publication setup, I mean for a book or anything, you have even if you have more
Negative
space on
space.
the negative side or on the as per the rule of third, you still can use both images. And it depends on the storyline and where we are using the images.
correct, correct. Yeah,
So if you are pleased with the image, even if it is not with the rule of third, you never know, there may be a good possibility.
correct.
Beautiful frame.
Yes.
Thank you.
There is a story in this image as well. So like it literally
Yeah,
keep the
actually,
viewers' eyes on the
I was
subject.
actually following this couple from 7 or 8 days and studying their behavior. And this is a small
Okay.
pond, very small, almost
Mhm.
dried up in the summer.
Okay.
So they are keep visiting that particular place again and again. So that wood. Actually, I kept that wood for them, and I was hoping that someday they would come.
Mm-hmm.
So they came in that frame, and it happened.
Oh, that's
So the
great.
again setting is that same exposure time 1/800, 500 mm, spot metering, and shutter priority for this because these are very actively breeding. So the movement of very fast. So I tried to keep it for shutter priority. Normally I go for aperture, but this time fast movement, because of the fast movement of this, I kept it shutter priority.
And
Have you
how was the
got
light?
any shot of them sharing any food? I mean, any fish?
Yeah, I tried, but I never got that shot. They did that.
Okay,
I missed that shot.
it's okay. Better luck next time.
Thanks.
Something about this.
This was a beautiful accident, actually. uh, there was a pond. Actually, we regularly visit that pond, and it is a wasteland where all the municipal corporations wastewater goes, and there are 5, 6 ponds continuously. So I was on a morning troll. I completed my troll, and I was not. I was ready to go back to my car, and it suddenly appeared from the front, and it was like only 5 to 6 meters from me.
Okay.
So in shock, I decided either should I save myself or I go for a good click. So I thought, okay, whatever going to happen, let's first have a click, then we will decide either this will bother me or not.
So
But
it didn't
as
bother you.
no, they are. I learned in a field only that wild animals never bother humans. We
And
only bother them.
That's true.
one quick question: why did you use the spot metering for this?
That was a default setting. I forgot to change in the Jiffy.
Okay.
And we go
Yeah.
back to this one.
When it comes to this picture, I slightly have issues with that again composition.
Composition, that's the
Yeah,
only thing nice feel. Yes.
Yeah, so I just made it look like this.
a little tight crop, right?
Little tight, plus the subject is on mostly on the right.
Yeah. Subject
Okay,
is more towards one side rather than putting it on the center.
okay. That's I think because of that particular wood that is coming in between, that is disturbing.
That's
Mm-hmm.
okay because you are inside in their habitat.
It's
So
their environment, it's their habitat.
that's not a problem. I think that foreground blur of the green leaves that's what making it more beautiful.
Dramatic.
Okay, yeah,
And again, you see different shades of green. You see a gray shade, you see a light green, and you see dark green. So that gives that gives the feel of layers, and that's giving the depth to that image.
And it's almost to your eye level as well.
Yes,
yes, yes.
it's a beautiful one.
Beautiful picture.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah,
Yes,
Showing the habitat
it's a
tiger.
beautiful.
yes. This is
Today is Global Tiger Day as well.
Tiger Day. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
This is from Panna Tiger Reserve.
Okay.
So this is a cub we
Oh,
were trying to follow from whole day. We could not see him. Finally, guide showed us in that river patch.
okay.
So this happened from that same setting, sir. 500 mm.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think.
1 by 20. Exposure is 1 by 20.
Mhm.
Oh,
Okay, 1 by 20.
Handheld.
Oh, that is,
that's good. It's pretty
Because
sharp as well.
yeah, it is.
yeah, from around 90, 90, 100 odd photographs, there is only one sharp image that I got. That day.
Okay.
Okay. What
I
was the timing
evening.
Probably in the evening. Yeah,
and what was the aperture?
just 5.6.
Okay. That's the least that you can go in 200, 500.
That one. Once again, the feedback is going to be same on the composition.
Yeah, I have made something look like this.
See, you're giving more space on the direction where the tiger is looking.
Looking correct.
Yeah.
Okay. See, you can play in a right opposite way as well. You can leave more space. You can keep this tiger on the opposite direction and leave more space on the other side. In
Mhm.
that case, if I'm talking on a magazine perspective or a different perspective, in that case we will be able to use that negative area to add some content or some story over there, talking about this, how
Yeah,
many are left in the wild right now, or any, if it is about an article, we can use that negative space to use, we can create a column, and on top of that we can add the text part
correct,
of it.
correct. Got it.
Yeah, but then composition ways, like Hermes showed, that will be a better option. Either this or right opposite of this, rather than keeping it in the dead center.
Yes, that's a good feedback. I'll do that. I'll follow that track.
I think
Okay.
throughout your image, the only thing what we have seen, it's all beautiful images,
Thank
absolutely
you.
gorgeous. So you're doing an awesome job. In case if like we discussed in the beginning, if you have stories, if you have images for the exhibitions or for the magazines, please do share with us. So
Sure. We'll do that.
yeah,
Thank you so much for participating.
Thank you for selecting. Thank you for
Uh,
the opportunity. Thanks.
Okay. Next we have is
Chintan.
Chintan Goel he's from Kenya. Let me add him. Good evening, Chintan.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm doing good.
How is COVID situations in Kenya?
It's getting a bit more normal. People are going back to work, back to their lives. Even if the virus is around, we still have to go back to work and everything.
Okay, so it's not working from home.
No. I've been working throughout. I was no working from home. I work in a factory,
Okay,
and it's something that has to be done hands on. So we can't work from home.
so then let's begin with, or let's go ahead with your experience as a photographer, your journey as a photographer before we get into the pictures.
Okay. So I got into photography maybe I think it's been 10 years now. Started with mobile and then 4 years back I got into DSLR.
Mm-hmm.
I started and I'm still using a D5300.
Okay.
I bought it from Nikon in Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
Used it for all kinds of photography from wildlife, bird life, Milky Way shots, long exposure, nature, portraits, group photos, just about everything actually.
Okay.
I've tried almost everything there.
Okay. I okay. I can hear some sound. I think maybe from your home.
Yeah, just give me a minute.
So that was Chintan.
Yeah, sorry.
That's fine.
No problem. No problem.
So let's go through the images.
Sure.
Yeah.
So Marshall Eager.
So this was taken in Nairobi National Park.
Mm-hmm.
We had organized a workshop with Nikon.
Mm-hmm.
We had a photographer named Priyanshi from Middle East. She came here to do the workshop for us.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going around in the morning. It was a cold, overcast day, and we saw this eagle on one of the trees.
Okay.
And we got a few minutes with the eagle. So this was one of the best shots I got.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
So why did you? What is the purpose of making so tight crop?
cool.
Is there any specific reason?
I can't remember what the reason was, but I wanted to get as much detail as I could. So if I had zoomed out, I would have got a lot of the scenery, and it wasn't really adding to the scene. So I just said, let me just keep it on the bird itself. I left some room so that when it started flying, at least I could still catch the wings.
Okay.
Because sometimes they zoom in too much, and then what happens is it opens the wings. You take your photo and you have cropped the wings out.
If you ask my opinion, I would have still. I'll be more happy if you would have given more space around the subject. Right now, it look
Too much boxed.
too much boxed.
Okay.
Like
Okay. I mean,
less usage of the breathing space.
yeah, especially towards the top and towards the
Left side.
Right.
yeah,
On the right side, actually, yeah.
right side. Yeah, that looks like it's
And
the
the
cropping.
problem is in this case, even if the bird flies off, take off, you will definitely cut the wings.
No, but he said he cropped it.
Okay.
If it is me, it's all personal. Don't take it in a negative way.
Yes.
If it is me in this position, I would have given it more space. Definitely towards top as well as towards the direction where it's moving, rather than the square format. That's my feedback.
The next picture.
This was taken at Amboseli National Park. My friend and I, we have started traveling club locally.
Uh-huh.
And it was one of the trips we did to Amboseli back in 2018.
Okay.
Yes.
It's a beautiful image. It's showing the habitat. Once again, if I have a feedback, that's going to be more on the composition.
I just did something like this.
You have two options over here. You can either crop like this, or even if it is the same way, you have it over here. But positioning the elephant towards the lower left side. So you have the habitat, you have you can see the scale of the subject, but then it's going to give you more room towards this side where it is moving, and it's visually slightly more pleasing. Either towards the left or towards the right, as we discussed earlier. But see, yes, the same way. Even if it is the same frame, like zoom out frame, the positioning will be in this manner.
All right.
You have an option to crop if you're cropping like this, or if you want to keep it wide and habitat, then again the positioning of the subject, it's better if it was the framing as well, right, Hermi?
Yeah, I think so.
See, like this, you give slightly less space on the foreground.
Beautiful cheetah. I did a mistake here, and the name everything is pasted as Marshall Eagle.
Yeah.
That's my mistake. Sorry for that.
It's okay.
So you can.
So this is again taken at Amboseli.
Uh-huh.
just last year. I think this was around 1st December.
Mhm.
That time it was raining heavily throughout the country, so that's why the grass and everything looks so green.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
The moment it rains in Kenya, the grass looks like fluorescent green.
Here, once again, I feel you can give slightly more breathing
And
space to the images.
it's the cropping is maybe not as per the aspect ratio. That's why we are feeling that it's boxed kind of.
To give more space towards, I mean, in this case, you need to give more space towards the bottom and slightly more space on the top too.
Okay, so this was a vertical shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I cropped out the top and the bottom so that when I'm posting on Instagram, at least it would fit.
I mean, see, for Instagram, this works. I totally understand. But otherwise, if you're talking photography rather than social media, then that's when our comments are on. For Instagram, it
Okay.
works in a completely. For social media, it works in a completely different aspect. People want to
Yes.
see more
Yeah.
of the details in most of the cases. So that way, this is fine. But otherwise, yeah, you need to have
Yeah, as Nisha said, we are not talking on a social media perspective. It's a generic photography perspective.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so for social media, I totally understand. Especially for Instagram, I totally understand. Only
Yeah.
most of the time the cropped images work. But in general, when you're presenting it for an exhibition or for a competition or anything as such,
Hmm.
if you're sharing with a magazine or a publication, then you definitely need to recrop or reframe your images.
All right.
These are beautiful. It's just about finding the composition.
Beautiful picture. This is fish eagle, right?
Yes.
It's a great image. Lovely one.
Where
So
did you
this was
take?
again Amboseli.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to Amboseli 3 times actually. So
Oh.
quite a lot of photos from there. This is the first time I caught bird in flight
Mm-hmm.
because I've been struggling for so long trying to get a bird in flight. It's usually 90% miss. It doesn't matter what kind of settings I use. I still miss it. But this time I got it, and that's why I said let me just post this one.
That's wonderful. See, the key what we use is we always try to focus on the eye of the bird. That's one thing, so that at least it will get into the head part of it. And then we always try to get the shutter speed definitely above 1,000 in most of the cases.
The main reason is when we humans try to connect with eyes. So the first thing that we notice in any species is the eyes. That's why we always ask to focus on eyes.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you can try that.
That's also a beautiful picture. Well framed and well captured. Again, framing, I don't know if
I think this is again cropped
yeah,
photo.
again cropped for the Instagram, right? And then
Yeah, this was done 2 years back. This was one of the first photos I tried for wildlife.
Oh,
Taken at Hellgate National Park.
uh-huh.
We had gone with a few friends of mine. We were using his car to drive around.
Mm-hmm.
We saw this baboon on the side of the road, and we
Mm-hmm.
thought let's try giving it some work to do.
Oh,
So one of us in the car would yawn, and then we would see if the baboon would yawn at the same time, or at least in conjunction. And it
okay.
actually did that 2-3 times, and this was the result. So we just had to time ourselves. When he started yawning, we just take the photo.
okay.
It makes me yawn now with the photo.
Great. So yeah, that's it.
So to conclude, I think I think you have done a great job. The only thing over here was it was framed mainly for social media kind of
Yes.
cropping. If you are just
Mhm.
you just need to take care of a little more, give more attention to the framing and to the cropping, then that's amazing and a great collection.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chintan. Now we have a photographer from Mexico, Gustavo. Let me add him. Hello.
Hi, how
Hi,
are
how are
you?
you?
Good.
Great. Very, very excited to be here.
We are
Thank you.
excited.
We are also excited to see your photos, hear your stories as well.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I'm Gustavo Costa. I'm originally from Buenos Aires, Argentina, and then I moved to Mexico. I live in Campeche, which is in the Yucatan Peninsula, and I got into photography when I was 19 years old. And this hobby turns into a more serious activity for me since the 2000s. So I focus mainly in nature photography, but specifically in underwater photography.
That's amazing. That is one section we still have to explore. So we are looking forward to learn more from your side.
Great, great.
I have tried once from Indonesia, but
Well,
it looks like
I will love to go there.
yeah, it was beautiful. See, let me go through the first picture.
It's a lovely image.
Thank
Lovely
you.
image with lovely reflection.
Beautiful reflection.
Well, this photo was taken close to the Mérida city
Okay.
here in the Yucatan Peninsula, which we have a great zone of mangroves and swamps, and we have a great population of pink flamingos.
Mm-hmm.
So this photo was taken really early in the morning. I thought that it was taken at 5:30 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
and the water was really still and calm, and the flamingos were illuminated by the sunrise, the first sunrise, sun rays. So I really liked the reflection that the group formed in the image.
Okay.
Great.
I just want to ask you, is there any particular reason that you framed it in the center?
Yes, I wanted to center the group because I think it created a more pleasing composition in this way, you know, because I think the focus on this picture in particular is the animals and their reflection. Okay, so that's why I choose a dead center composition.
Okay.
Yeah. I think in my case, if it was me, I would have still gone on to the right composition, composing it into.
I know. Something like this, you mean?
Yeah, something like this. More space towards this. I mean, that would have been my call on it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Very good
image.
natural history picture.
Well, this was a really hard one to take because it's inside a cave. We have a really extraordinary nature occurrence here in one of our caves, and these snakes, which are boas, they used to live inside the caves, and they feed only in these bats, which come out of the cave when the sun sets and go to feed to the jungle. So the snakes live in the crevices and the holes of inside the cave, and they feed only on them. So you can imagine this is a place completely dark. And this picture, I was laying down on my belly, and in a small tunnel. At about the tunnel has almost 80 centimeters tall. So I was really low and crawling on my belly, and I was able to stuck my flash in one of the crevices of the cave. So I could document all the process when the boa was trying to accommodate the bat to start feeding it.
And is the snake venomous or non-venomous?
No, it's not venomous.
It's not venomous. See, on one note, I would definitely like to add, we would like, if you can give us a story of the story and couple more images of this particular series. We would like to, we have an online magazine. We would definitely like to share it with the viewers.
Right. You can count on it.
Yeah.
And do you have any pictures without that bat in the foreground?
Well, I'm sorry?
Do you have any picture without the bat in that foreground? The one is
I have more pictures, but I love this one because this is the situation when what happened is this one. Okay, the snake is feeding and the bat is still flying around.
Yeah.
And going around you at all times. So I think this picture represents exactly what happens in real nature.
Yeah. What's the real situation?
I wanted you to tell that because a lot of people might think that bat is not focused.
Yeah, I know.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Yeah, I know, but this situation was really struggling because it was really hard. My position was completely uncomfortable. It's humid. It's hot. My lens keeps fogging.
Yeah.
So it was a really difficult session, but a really fun one.
Yeah.
Any external light?
Yeah. I use a flash because it's pitch black inside.
It's great. Beautiful, beautiful image.
Well, we jump into the underwater world here.
Yes.
With one of my favorite creatures, which are the sharks. They are extremely amazing creatures, and it's a really privilege to interact with them underwater. This photo was taken in Cuba at Jardines de la Reina. It's an amazing place to dive. You do almost all your dive. You are joined by sharks. This is a silky sharks, which are mainly really close to the surface, and this one is probably about 20 centimeters from my downport.
Oh,
it's really close.
Have you ever had any scary experience?
No, not at all. Actually, I'm really happy and really comfort when I am around sharks. Sadly, sharks have a really bad reputation, which is not deserved actually. But many books and films created them these man-eating killers. Characters, so many people are afraid of them, but actually they are really nice animals to be with.
Have you ever come across any snakes in the water?
No, because I haven't had the opportunity yet to dive in zones where marine snakes are, like Indonesia or Thailand. So it's one on my bucket list. Yes.
Great image. I mean, we would definitely love to work on a couple of stories with you.
Thank
Hermi.
you.
Yeah.
Woo.
Well, talking about animals with bad reputations. Okay. Well, this was in this case, I was a little scared when I get into the water. I cannot lie to you because this is a very powerful animal, and of course, it's a dangerous one. This one was taken also in Cuba, in Jardines de la Reina, in the mangrove zones. They live a great number of seawater crocodiles like this one, and many people go to this place to take the chance to be with them underwater. Actually, here I'm not with the scuba equipment, but on snorkel. We are really close to the surface.
Okay.
So when I started this session, I was really nervous and a little afraid, to be honest. But when you are with the animal a couple of minutes, you start to feel confident and gain some calm, and start shooting more calmly, and you realize that they are not as aggressive as they always presented to us. Okay, so within a couple of minutes, I started to shoot really calmly, and I was able to frame this picture with the animal right in front of my camera. Probably he is right now like 10 centimeters away from my downpour in this picture.
Yeah, so we have questions regarding this. How near is the animal?
Yeah, it's really close, almost touching it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, with crocodiles, you have to stay in front of the animal. This is the most safe position for the diver. Okay, when you don't have to do is to stay on the side of the animal, because the crocodiles actually they bite sideways. Okay, they don't do this. Okay, so the best way or the safest way to stay with a crocodile is being in front of it.
We have seen in Masai Mara, when the migration happens, they eating a lot of wildebeest and
zebra.
so we can imagine.
Yeah, well, this crocodile wasn't that big. Okay, it's probably 2.5 meters, but nonetheless is a very intimidating animal.
Still good.
We have a question. How do you achieve minimum backscatter?
Well, in underwater photography, you have to be very careful with the strap position. So in any water body, you have the problem of backscatter. Sometimes less, sometimes more, but you have to deal with that. And the best way to avoid backscattering is to get close to the animal and to have a great or good stroke positioning to avoid the backscatter. Okay, but also you have to do some edit in post-processing to erase some spots.
Okay. And did you use any light?
Actually, yes. This was taken. It's a mixture with natural light, because you can see the sun rays coming across the animal, which are lighting mostly the background of the animal, and I use these flash units, the Enon C240, to illuminate the front of the animal.
Okay. And have you planned to shoot this? Like, did you do any planning for this?
Well, I have some plans to do this picture, but in nature you never know how things are going to develop. And mostly underwater, which is a medium we are very clumsy to move. So what I mostly do is I try to stay still and let the animal move and wait for the exact moment to frame it in a pleasant way. Because if you move with the animal or try to chase it, the animal probably will go away and you will end up shooting the tail of the animal, which is not very nice.
Yeah.
So I think the best strategy is stay calm, stay put, and let the animal move around you and gain confidence to get close.
That's a good one.
Great. Oh, it's amazing.
Go to the
Thank
next.
you.
This is one of my favorite from your collection.
Great, thanks. This was taken in Ixcalac in the Riviera, in the Mayan Riviera, in the Mexican Caribbean. It's a snapping. Waiting for the silver side to get close to feed. This photo was taken inside an underwater cave, so that's why it's a really dark environment.
Okay.
And I probably made like 50 or 60 photos of this situation because it was really messy with all these little fish swimming around you, and you have to wait, or at least I waited to frame a picture where the composition was pleasing, but at the same time the small fish was in a streamlined position, which adds to the composition. Okay, so in this situation, you also had to be really patient and hope for the best.
Oh, but this is amazing.
Great composition.
Great composition. Great presentation.
The flow of rest of the fishes around the main fish.
Yeah, and you have to be very careful with your flashes, with your lighting, because these small fishes are silver. So if you put too much light, you will burn it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Star Trails. It's beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
It was amazing, and we definitely will connect. We would like to work on some stories for the magazine and some of other activities too.
Thank you. It's great to be here and get to know many people from all around the world. So thanks a lot, and thanks for the work you're doing with your magazine, which is amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The whole intention is once again for connecting people and do what we can do.
Take care.
Take care.
Thank you. You too.
Now we have our last participant, Subradeep Das. Let me add him.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
How are you guys? Yeah, I'm fine.
Let's start with the
Yeah, so my name is Subradeep Das and I am from Falakata, Alipurduar, West Bengal. So I moved on to Kolkata for my further studies in college. And from the last 4 months, actually, because of this COVID situation, I am back in my home. So in this time, I'm just getting around and trying different things what I can do with my phone actually, because I don't have a DSLR right now. So I'm enjoying it, like photographing with my phone. So
Great.
Great.
Let's go through your pictures.
yeah. Oriental Garden Resort. So
Tell us something
this
about
picture. So this picture was actually taken in my backyard. I was lucky enough because I didn't, as I told, that I don't have a camera right now. So before some days ago, my brother came actually from Malda. So I told him to bring his old D50 3300 actually. So he brought it, and I got to play with it some. So this shot was one of those, and I love this lizard actually because it's like everywhere in our backyard. Every time we get out, we can see this one, and it's like very reddish, as you can see in the picture, and I love the color actually very much.
So yeah, most of us doesn't notice the species that is in our backyard.
Yeah.
Nisha, do you want to say something about the composition?
I'm getting echo.
Yeah, I've
So
muted.
the thing is, what I feel is it's a beautiful image. I love the light, especially in the neck and the from the background or the light source which is in the back on top, and the position of that the leaf on top, everything together, it is amazing. Personally, I would have given more space towards the direction it's looking
Yeah.
rather than cropping it like this. I would have given more space towards that's my only feedback. Otherwise, I really loved it. Only the cropping, what I feel.
Okay. I will try to get it in the next time.
And what about you, Herman?
Yeah. Same thing. So this picture,
This is a common lascar. This is also in our backyard actually. This photo was taken like 2.5 months ago when it was not actually that much raining outside. So I could have taken this like 2-3 months back, but still I got it. Um, this butterfly is not actually very shy, which is very helpful for me. I could go very close to it, and this shot was taken on my phone actually. So in order to get that background blur, that bokeh, natural bokeh, and since my phone is, the sensor is so small, so we need to go as close as we can. So I like 2x zoom, and I moved as close as possible, and I just took the shot.
the only thing is like I have cropped this to make it little more.
Yeah. Either you need to crop it, otherwise you need to, when you position the subject, you need to position slightly towards the left so that you have more space in the point where its direction is. And see, this is the people often say, which camera is the first step to begin with. Whatever you have, whether it is a mobile phone or it's a basic model, doesn't matter. All you need is that thirst to explore the world and to do photography. So whatever equipments you have, you can always make fabulous images. And
Yeah, I'm
thank you for
impressed
sharing.
to see taking pictures from Moto. Good one.
Great one.
Thank you. So this is just a normal Indian tree frog. It was taken at night, and it was on the shelf something. And I told my father to hold the torch. So because when I was using the flash, so it was like burning with exposure. So I told him to just hold the flash onto his body, and I changed it in manual settings like exposure, toned it down, the brightness a little bit, so that I can get that color out of it. And yeah, that's it for this picture.
Uh, image
Again, composition.
quality wise, I really like the image, and as he mentioned, he was not using the flash and he was using a phone, and see how beautifully he captured it. My only feedback is going to be on the composition here again, and on the cropping. Composition, I would have definitely given more space. I would have, Hermi, do you have a cropped version or to show?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, that might, if it was me, I'd have placed it slightly towards, given more space to the top, and this will be on the left corner. I mean, slightly on the 3/4.
Yeah, you can see that the bottom wooden part, there is a
Yeah,
cut.
there is a
From
cut
there, you can start cropping towards up. Yeah,
towards, so that,
and it
and
will
more
face towards the right as well,
right.
so that it doesn't look like a boxed picture.
Crop. It's, yeah. This works well if you are pushing for social media, but if you are talking in general for photography, beyond the social media side, yeah, definitely you need to give more space, either towards left or towards right, and you need to work slightly on the composition part. But the quality ways, beautiful image, and that too with a mobile, that's amazing.
Thank you.
Oh,
So this is a golden tortoise beetle. This was also shot in my backyard, and this was actually the first time I saw these creatures, and the moment I saw it, it was just very beautiful. This insect is, and they're not that like fast, so they move on slowly, so it's easier to capture. But there is something that I have taken another picture also in which they change color. Actually, this is golden in color right now, but when they like feel there is some kind of danger or something like that, I guess they turn to red. Those 4 points on those sides turn reddish. So yeah, I searched it in net, so I found that information.
Somebody is asking, does it bite?
Yeah,
Does it bite?
I couldn't hear it. Can you say that please again?
Somebody is asking, does it bite?
Oh, no, it doesn't bite.
it
Just
looks like
come,
an
it's just
ornament.
come. It's small, just like a button's shape, small. It won't do anything.
It is. I mean, it is. I mean, for me, I'm seeing it for the first time. It's extremely beautiful subject. Um, this is what it, again. You don't have to worry much about your camera, the equipment what you are using,
Yeah, exactly.
and you don't have to worry much about where to go. You can start your journey from your backyard. You are the perfect example for setting up this. We always get a lot of questions on the parks which we need to visit, especially from the beginners. Even for an experienced person, if we take a second look on our backyard, we will definitely have awesome subject to clear. And I'm really love the way you put time and effort to research about the subject and understand the behavior and the characteristics. That's amazing.
That is the important thing. Like,
That is really good.
learn about the subject first, then only you can make better pictures of that subject.
When it comes to the photography part, my dear, I again have to talk about the composition part, and this is again focusing on the center. You need to start to place things slightly towards either left, right, top, rather than keeping it on the center.
Yeah, and especially like most of the pictures that we got are square images, or it's not a proper aspect ratio picture comparatively. So a lot of people, I think, are cropping the pictures for the social media. We should come out of that social media block from our head, and we should start composing. We should start cropping images beyond that, especially submitting for something like reviewing to someone, like submitting to someone for review. Or so that time you need to show your skills, that how good you are in composition, how good you are in cropping, or proper cropping an image. These things matters. So I suggest you to rethink of cropping. Otherwise the subjects, the pictures, everything awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
Thank you.
with your phone, and the way I'm so amazed with the kind of research you are doing behind every subject, and the variety you have came up from your backyard. and I'm seeing this particular species for the first time. It's beautiful, and more than that, what I love was the story on the behavior. That's great. If you have more interesting stories, like we shared it with others, with some good images, then please let us know so that we can give you one more platform to share your work. Great job.
One second, last picture. Grasshopper.
Grasshopper. This was actually taken on DSLR, the 3300, and I used telephoto lens that actually comes in the box. That 55 to 200 lens. I used it for this one. Uh, it was actually very far inside the jungle, and it was like shade and boundaries. So I was standing on a chair, then pointing it downwards so that I can get that shot right.
Mm-hmm. So this, I think I have cropped it. Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, from the dead center, I have taken it to the right. You can notice it. Little from the bottom I cropped, and little from the right I cropped.
So the composition is the only thing which I feel you need to notice, and what you are doing with your mobile or with your camera is really amazing. You set a perfect example for everyone, whether it is about doing photography in your background or backyard, or doing photography with your mobile, and understanding about the species as well as the habitat and their behavior. There is no, it's definitely, and thank you for participating and sharing your experience. That's really good.
Thank you so very much for giving me this opportunity today.
It's our
I'm really thankful.
definitely good job.
Thank you, Sudeep.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, that's it.
So that was our 4 candidates, and that was our first review. So what we would like to end up with is, like, if you think it was you would like to share your images and your stories with us, and you would like to work with us, please do let us know. Get in touch with us. Send your images from your wildlife nature related subject, and hear me, what is the email ID which they need to share?
Paws Trails I shall type it here.
So you can share your images, and you can send the images to this email ID which we are going to share over here. We are going to do 1 to 2 review sessions on a monthly base. The idea is to learn from your side and as well as share our feedback too. So anybody, I need the email ID for sharing the story, and for sharing it to the magazine. You can either send your images to postintouch@gmail.com along with your story. Otherwise, it's always better if you can go to our website, posttrails.com. There is an option to register. Click on register, then log in, and then click on contribute. You will get a form. You have an option to submit it to the gallery, or if you have a story to go with it, then you have a selection of sections where you can submit your images. And we will be giving a call for entry for each exhibition we are planning to do on a monthly basis. So the next one is going to be focusing on reflections in nature. It can be anything except humans and man-made things. So reflections in nature. If you have great images, please do send it across to us. We will be sharing it. Then so if you want to be a part of it, if you're looking for a platform to share your work, and if you would like to give us some tips and tricks, and if you would like to hear from our opinion, our side of story, or our feedback on your images, please do send your images. Let's do this together. Let's connect with nature. And on the other
Our upcoming
program,
our upcoming webinar is on coming Saturday. Mr. Supreet Sahu from he's talking on the wildlife of South America. Very interesting topic. He's working on the he's talking on the biodiversity of South America. Actually, a lot of species, lot of wildlife species, birds, etc. He will be discussing how to photograph and his experience as well.
A beautiful collection. If you search for Supreet Sahu, you will be able to see the number of birds, and the birds so colorful. It's not just birds. Once again, there are great images of the other small species, macro snakes and cats. So it's not going to be only focusing on birds. It's going to be a combination collection from South American side. And
there are a huge variety of species endemic to South America. Yeah.
And he got hands-on experience in that part of the region, so you can learn from his experience.
He got experience more than 15 years.
Yes, 15 years plus experience in the wild. So you can imagine how fabulous that session is going to be. And the following Wednesday, that is like the next Wednesday, we are going to introduce one more segment in our webinar series that is for the art lovers. That's going to be our first webinar focusing on art. And we are starting with Vaishali and Nayan, who are into miniature paper cut art. So join us. It is again every form of art or photography related to nature to spread awareness. And we're giving a platform to share as well as to learn together. So that's what we have for now. And we are lined up for one whole year's upcoming webinars on every Wednesdays and every Saturday. And we will be having one photography exhibition every month and 1 to 2 reviews on every month. So we are doing our best. And don't forget, our magazine is going to be live on in 2-3 days time.
And the another next review session will be we'll be announcing it. It will be happening within 2 to 3 weeks time. We have Hassan Naushad saying hi. Then we have a request from Unni Nilamana. On this Tigers Day, would like to hear some moments from two of you. You can start.
I think our tiger experience, I had some fabulous stories from Kerala, but I'm sure you have already heard it from my side a bunch of times. But then together with me and Hermes together, we had been to our first tiger experience will be Tadoba, right, Hermes?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had been.
I have actually posted that picture in YouTube, Instagram today.
Instagram. It's sad that 200 years ago we got more than 200,000 plus tigers in the wild, and right now we have only 3,900, which is below 4,000. That's the kind of decrease what we are facing. And for a change, I think a year ago the number slightly going high, but then the poaching and the habitat loss is creating such a bad environment for all the rest of the species except humans. And if you're talking about photography experience, we haven't done much in Indian territory for a long time. We had done a few tiger trips, I think, a couple of years ago, and got some lovely memories, especially one of them with a reflection and one climbing the tree and one going, kind of walking across a water body with beautiful green around. That's one image which Hermes shared today. So some memories. Let's hope our generation and the upcoming generation will do the needful to keep these animals alive for us. And
basically all these days are just to remind you that you are not just the species that is living in this planet Earth. There are a lot of other species. It's just that Tiger Day or Lion Day, because people celebrate it, I don't know, maybe because it's most endangered or something like that. big cats. There are a lot of other species as well, and it's just a reminder that we need to give them the space. We need to allow them to live in this planet. And as we all know, we humans are the key major role, playing the major role in the destruction of the planet. So it's just a reminder to ourselves that we need to protect them. We rather than protecting, we should not harm them and harm their habitat or environment.
And Arpit have a question over here. The topic for this month, the topic for this month's magazines, we have two galleries. One is your gallery section, which is common, and which is anything in nature. And we always give a particular topic which goes in the theme gallery section. Right now, what we have done is combining that with the upcoming exhibition. So the theme for the next exhibition, as well as the theme gallery section for this upcoming edition, is reflection. So if you have good reflection images, please use our website and upload your images for the gallery section. Right now, the magazine part has been already taken care, but if you have fabulous images, please do share with us, because we are still looking for great images for the exhibition. Yeah. So in case if you have great images and stories, do check our website and share your images.
Okay, so we'll wind up for the day.
Thank you once again. We're looking forward for more images, and it is COVID time, and you know the safety measures. Things are not great, so please take care of the maximum safety and security options for your sake, and
safe, basically.
Be safe. And thank you for all the 4 participants. It was really amazing images. And thank you for sharing your time and your experience. It's all about learning together, and we are really happy to work with you. And thank you for giving your time, in fact.
We will be doing our part in helping the beginners as well as whoever is required.
People,
any knowledge in photography we would like to share with you guys. We will bring in more people also to share their knowledge as well, so that the knowledge spread.
That's the best example. That particular species was the first experience for me. The behavior was great. So there is one or the other stuff which we can learn from everyone. It's not about only our feedback. It's about the points which you are making and what we learn from your side too. So it's all about knowledge sharing. So if you would like to be a part of this, please do get in touch with us. And
there are a lot of ways you can reach us out. For Instagram, website, email IDs, everything is over there. Don't hesitate. Send us an email. We'll get back to you. And thank you so much.
We need your support. Please do subscribe to the channel, and if you think this content is worth, then please do share it with the maximum people. It's all about share and care and reach to the maximum people, so that we can make more people connect to nature.
Thank you.
Thank you.